What it do? What it do? Welcome. Welcome,
Man,
welcome.
what it do, y'all? What it do, y'all?
Welcome to the Too Easy Playbook, man. I'm the special guest. I'm here with the host of this channel, the big dog himself.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, man. Welcome back. Welcome to video number three, episode number three. We got something important to talk to y'all about, and just want to say two things before we get into our topic. I mean, one thing before we get into our topic. Prayers out to Colombia. Had a huge earthquake, like in Bogota, actually, where my soon-to-be family is from. Thankfully, they're all safe. My dad, he's out there in Medellin. He said he felt the earthquake too. So it was, if he felt the earthquake from Medellin, it was a big earthquake. The earthquake hit Bogota. So, you know what I'm saying? Just think about, like, I think it was a 6.4 magnitude.
6.4?
Yeah, it was
Man,
a huge earthquake.
man.
So glad my family is safe. Not everybody can say that. Not everybody can say that, but I'm glad my family's safe. That would be devastating, man. I'll probably be sick right now. I'll be sick. Yeah, man. So shout out to Colombia, man. I hope y'all recover. Hopefully it wasn't too much. Hopefully it didn't set you in the wrong direction. Hopefully you're able to recover from that. And then yeah, man, some crazy stuff has been going on in the world, man. There's a lot of civil action going on, man, and
Yeah.
people try to say, like, people try to act like it's corruption going on in, like, specific countries. Like, I think there was, like, an assassination tip. There was an assassination tip in Colombia where they assassinated this potential political leader, and then there's, like, assassination tips in Haiti, Jamaica, and all these things, and then, like, we Americans act like we're so damn perfect. Like, the shit don't happen here. You know what I mean? Like, the shit happens here, dog. And there's a lot going on right now. There's actually a bunch of riots going on in LA. And man, it's sad, dog. Like, it's crazy what's going on right now, dog. Like, have you been seeing the videos of how much destruction is being caused?
Yep. It's been going wild, and the crazy thing is it's like a lot of misinformation going on out there, and CNN and MSNBC has been reporting it as peaceful protesting,
Yeah,
and it's like it's weird. I'm like, no, they're destroying property.
the looting.
This is right. It's right, and they started looting. So it's like it was weird. I was like, what do y'all mean? It's peaceful protest. It's like peaceful protesting is standing up for something. Everybody coming together, keeping things peaceful. That's a peaceful protest. But looting and vandalizing vehicles and trashing cities and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know what's peaceful about that. And so, yeah, a lot of them are saying that it's peaceful protest. I'm like, where's the peace?
Yeah.
There's probably like one or two people with a picket sign on the side of the riot and saying like, keep our immigrants here. There's like one or
Yeah.
two people there. Everybody else is just vandalizing. Like, they literally just took a picture. They had a photo op of this guy holding an American flag or a Mexican flag on top of like a vandalized cop car thing. It was crazy. I was like, no, I'm like, and it begs the question. I'm like, yo, like, listen, I understand you want to fight for your right to stay here, but if you're gonna fight for your right to stay here, why are you waving the flag of the country you don't want to return to? And that just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like,
It never made sense to me either. I'm
that,
like, why? Like,
I yeah, that
if
didn't
you're
make
gonna come,
sense to me.
like, stand for something, hold the American flag. Like,
Yeah,
that's what
nah,
I be confused about, dog. I'll be like, yo, like, so you're trying to like, are you representing Mexico?
yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
representing a
I'm like,
country that
it's
you
weird.
don't want to go back to, or what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, I don't
it's
get the
weird.
point. I don't get the point.
And of course, the LA mayor is pretty much saying that it's because of Trump that the riots are happening. The LA mayor said Mayor Bass blames Trump's ICE raids for starting riots while claiming things in LA are calm.
But
And she says, or Karen Bass, the mayor, acknowledges a protest got a little unruly, but
a
said the
protest
national,
got a little under.
yeah, a protest got a little unruly, but said the National Guard was not necessary. Okay,
Are we serious? Like, are we
yeah,
really gonna act like it wasn't
yeah,
necessary?
Yeah, here's an audio clip of a response. It's like it's crazy. I'm like, you're also the same person that messed up on the wildfires too. You took a vacation and stopped funding to firefighters, and then you came back and said, "Oh, well, we don't have anything." I'm like, "Yeah, because you defunded, pretty much defunded the fire departments." I just have to say that if you dial back time and go to Friday, if immigration raids had not happened here, we would last night. I will tell you that it is peaceful now, but we do not know where and when the next raids will be. That is the concern because people in the city have a rapid response network. If they see ICE, they go out and they protest. And so it's just a recipe for pandemonium that is completely unnecessary. Nothing was happening here. Los Angeles was peaceful before. So
That's the audio. I want to see what it looks like.
look up Karen Bass, or mayor of Los Angeles. All right, so LA Mayor Karen Bass faced backlash on social media after she blasted President Trump's. Okay, pretty much everything that we got going on. And so, yeah, man, I mean, she's an older black woman, and I'm like, no, it got really out of fucking hand. That, you know, and
Yeah, she tried to make it seem like she had everything in control. It wasn't in control. And you know why? You know why, big dog? Because guess what happened 4 hours ago?
what happened?
They sent 700 United States Marines
Oof,
to LA.
that's not good. That's not
President
good.
Trump sent 700 United States Marines to LA. When do you actually send, like, if people don't know, right? So U.S. Marines, right? We're at the president's beck and call. We respond to any crisis within 24 hours, very swiftly, right? Because we get there, we get shit done, we leave, Army takes over, right? That's typically how it goes. You don't send in the U.S. Marines unless it's very serious. Like,
Yeah, nah, that's like when
it's
you send it
very,
when you're going into the war zone, you send the Marines first.
yeah, you send the Marines in first initially, so they can, you know what I'm saying, shut everything down, and they will. 700 Marines, yes, that's a lot. That's
Yeah, like
a battalion. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's a lot of people.
that looked like almost as bad as the Rodney King riots, because I remember when they had to send National Guards in.
They had to send Marines there,
Yeah, they had to send Marines there.
but Rodney King, yeah. So the thing is, like, she's trying to make it seem like it's not as bad as what it is, but
You ever
why
see the?
would why would he send in the Marines?
Yeah, no. So you ever see the show Avatar, the Airbender? Yeah. So there's this little small series, like 2 3 episodes. He goes into this place called Ba Sing Se, and the people there are like, it's like they're hypnotized, and they're like, there are no troops here in Ba Sing Se. It's like messed up because they're like, wait, there's obviously something weird going on, and she's like smiling. There's nothing going on here.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
peaceful
yeah.
now. I'm like, oh
There
damn.
is no war going on.
There's nothing going down over here. That that store was already looted. What about the owner that's crawling out after being stabbed? He was already stabbed before the riots happened. Yeah, I mean that knife was probably
Yeah,
there already.
that's
And so
exactly how she sounds. Actually, that's
that's how it
exactly how.
sounds. Yeah, and so I mean, I would not be surprised if she gets investigated and there's some corruption behind her name and some nice hefty checks from the higher ups in California. But I'll stop it right there. I don't want to get into anything that can get a little greasy.
Nah. So what? Honestly, look, man, LA, y'all out of control, dog, and y'all about to get in control, like, real quick. And if I were y'all, man, I'd probably get out the streets, like, right now.
Yeah,
So, like, as soon as I heard news about Marines, I would have been like, yeah, yeah, let's go home, man. I don't even want to deal with
yeah,
this shit.
man. Because I'm like, and they're gonna have special rules of engagement and stuff like that. But at the
Of
same
course.
time, they're Marines, so it's like they don't. Marines are usually known to not giving a
Yeah,
you know what. And so
yeah,
let's check out some of this video, pretty much like the footage and everything.
yeah, man. Let's show them, like, how, crazy it got, man. Because it's not what this lady's talking about. You want to check out this first one or the second one? Which one?
Uh, you can you scroll down?
Is that LA just surrendered?
So, yeah. Let's check out the LA just surrendered. We'll check out a couple minutes of that one, and then we'll check out the top one.
1,000.
Gosh damn, that's crazy. They're breaking down concrete.
As nothing
to use as
stops
rocks.
federal,
Yeah, he's like, hey, they're gonna destroy us.
even
hold
getting
on,
inside, tagging
murder us.
profanity,
Why
finally
does he
made
get?
some
Hey, can you
heavy-handed
pause real quick
arrests.
and rewind it back? Like, what is the dog gonna do with that piece of cardboard? Can you go back like 20 seconds? This dude right here. What is he gonna do with this piece of cardboard? Look how he uses it as a shield. He picks it up and tries to use it as a shield. What
But
was
at least
dog
they
gonna do with
finally
that?
made some
Look at
heavy-handed
that.
arrests.
He still has that piece of cardboard. He was the one that got laid out.
The
Oh
mobs.
my
But
god.
unfortunately, Gilbasa
Hey,
also
dummy. Those rubber bullets ain't no joke either.
Oh yeah, they hurt.
Yeah,
This is a brand new news truck that we just got.
yeah.
Looks like the tires were slashed. They busted.
Dang. Yeah.
And me personally, I don't even care about like the news people anyway, because
Why were you trying to get it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you risk your
yeah,
life.
you
Putting
risking
your
your life
life in.
anyway. So what the hell you doing there anyway? You know what I mean?
Hey, I mean, props to them. I mean, trying to get the
Props to
news
them, yeah.
stories.
I
Yeah,
understand.
for us, but at the same time, it's like, come on, dog. Like,
I understand it's your job, but hey, you wanna you wanted to take the risk. You look, it
yeah,
ain't
bro.
good.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
to be
Right when
honest,
you told your boss, right when you told your boss you're going into LA, he's like, hey, we're gonna have to drop his health insurance. Right when they go into LA, he's like, yeah, we're dropping him right now. We're dropping his life insurance.
and by the way, your policy dropped to 50,000, huh?
Yeah,
50,000,
just for just for
just
common
temporarily.
courtesy, just for now. Once you get back, we'll raise it back up.
Yeah, man. So, like, honestly, man, the way I feel about it, man, my personal opinion, I feel you guys. Like, I feel you guys. Like, you want to stay in the country, and I get it, colonizers, and I understand the whole concept. Like, I'm familiar with the concept, the woke mindset, everything like that. The land was stolen, and yada yada yada, that nature, right? However, if you're an immigrant, right, and like this is no offense to anyone, but if you're an immigrant and you knew like President Trump was going to be elected and you chose to stay anyway instead of like peacefully got your out, peacefully pretty much like exited the country when it was offered, dog, he said what he was going to do.
Yeah,
He
man, they
said,
don't care who you are either, too.
yeah, they don't care who you are. Like they don't
They
care about
got
your
Cabby
story,
Malay.
huh?
Cabby Malay, LeMay,
Abby LeMay, who's that?
the one that does this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's self deported, and so yeah, man. I mean, like they're
Yeah.
not playing around.
Dog, they're not playing around, dog. Like,
They're not playing around.
and the thing is like you guys knew this was coming. Like, you are, first of all, you already experienced 4 years of President Trump, and you already knew whatever he said he was gonna do, he was gonna do. And now when the whole entire administration flipped, and then the Republicans won the House and Trump won, dog. Like, you guys knew what was coming, or maybe you decided to take the risk, and now you're in a position that you're in. And I don't think it's unfortunate. I don't think it's unfair. I think that you were willing to take the risk, and now you're dealing with the consequences of your own actions. And I do feel for y'all. Like, I do feel for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a person that's like, oh, like the asshole. I don't want to be an asshole, but
Yeah,
I do want to set the precedence that, man, like, you guys knew he was coming. He was not going to change. He was
no,
not going to change his mind.
no.
He was
Like
like,
right when you saw him signing all those executive orders,
yeah,
yeah,
I knew.
you knew, yeah, you knew he meant business. He was doing it in front of y'all too. He was like this. Right when he saw that, he knew he means business. Every time he shows it up, you know he means business.
Yeah.
And so, like, listen, love him, hate him. If he says he's gonna do something, he usually does it.
Yeah, and
And so,
this is coming from two people that are blended within Hispanic culture. So it's not like we don't like Hispanics and everything like that. No, like, you know my girl is Hispanic, and Barcode is half
yeah,
Mexican.
yeah. And
So,
so,
what I'm saying, we're not trying to be assholes. Like, we're just being realistic.
yep.
Dude said what he was gonna do before he became president, and then once he became president, you're mad at the results. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know, man.
on the real. And the thing is, I feel for those that have been here for like 5+ years, 5, maybe even 10 years. Like I feel for those, and I'm like, maybe you guys could have done it a little different. Maybe who knows? Maybe in the future, after he gets through, because this is just the first wave.
Yeah,
First wave is always going to be messy on the first wave. So maybe in the second wave, he comes up with a program to bring people back. Like, hey, listen, I know you guys were here for 10 plus years, 20 plus years. Let's figure out a way for you to pay for your way to get back in. So if your family can come up with the money, we can bring you back in and get started. At least get you started on your paperwork, and you'll be a temporary citizen. And like you can't have more than like three. Pretty much the same thing like Bill Clinton. 3 strikes you're out, or 1 strike you're out. If you mess up anywhere between those times, then you're out. You're out for good, big dog. That's like something that's fair. Not It's not great, but it's not bad either. Something that's fair, that's decent. Like, hey, as long as you stay out of trouble, we can start processing your paperwork, and you can still live in the United States.
yeah,
And
something that's
so,
reasonable, man.
but like this is the first wave, and it's always going to be messy.
This is the
It's always
first
going
way.
to be messy. And so,
Yeah.
who knows?
This is they have to prove their point first.
Yeah,
They have to prove their point first.
yeah. They can't have any criminal records. Like,
Trying to go against the resistance. Right now is a bad time to go against the resistance. I'll just say that. But trying to go against the grain is only gonna get you caught in a crossfire. And I would hate for y'all to experience what that feels like when 700 Marines show up. Like, I would hate for y'all to experience that, man. I really wish y'all safe. I really wish y'all would just go home, be in peace, and don't by any means. If you think you've been successful so far, if you think that whatever you accomplished so far is working, I'm telling you right now's the time to just take a break and go home. Now's the time.
yeah, I mean, whatever it is, and like I said, it's like for like again for those people that are just lived here for years, they haven't been in their home country in years. It's
Yeah,
hard. It's hard to
it's
even ask
hard.
that of you, and just to start all over again. And so I get that part. Hey, listen, maybe Trump is the bad guy in that sense, but he
Yeah,
told y'all what he was gonna do. Maybe he is the bad guy, and I agree with y'all. Like
and
I
yeah,
can
we're
probably agree
unbiased.
with you.
We're not saying he's bad or good. We're
Yeah,
not
we're not
saying he's
saying
bad
he's
or
bad or
good.
good, but maybe in this situation, in this particular situation, it's bad because you had ICE raiding people's graduation parties.
Yeah,
Families getting separated at graduation parties and stuff
which
like
is
that.
which I think
Yeah,
that's messed up.
that was wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
That
given
hit
that
too close
fact,
to home. I was like, yo, like, come on now.
yeah, that's wild.
That's in a sense messed up to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so and I get that part, and I'm feeling for y'all, and prayers out to y'all too. But at the same time, it's like, come on now. You knew what was going to happen when he came in. He was not going to change. He was coming in and saying his policies. What's called, let me see, like, you should already known this. Like 4 months ago when they were cracking down on people, that should have been your sign like, hey, I probably got to dip out soon. Like right when they do, dudes were getting delusional. Like they were in disbelief. Like in the raids that happened 4 months ago, I don't want to drag it on too much, but I just want to show a video that happened 4 months ago, and it's pretty much a guy saying, "I'm not going back to Haiti. I love Obama. I will not go back." And then we had some of the worst people here. This dude had 17 arrests, and he was let go. How you arrested 17? Supposedly he was arrested. A couple for battery, a couple for SA. Which is wild to me. I'm like, how is that even possible? How is that even possible? And so, nah, bro, like I said, the first wave is always gonna be messy. It's like it's always gonna be messy, dog. And so, yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people could be into delusion or whatever they're in or whatever they're saying. But check this out. Dude was like, "I'm not going back to Haiti. I love Obama." And so they had people like that staying here. And so at the same time, it's like, yeah, there's probably good people that got caught up in the mix, but there's also people like that got deported too.
And you
And so
can't
it's
be
like,
picky. You
yeah,
can't
you
be
can't get
picky.
picky. Yeah,
You have to take out. You have to take it all. That's how that's just how the
you gotta
world
take the
works.
good with the
You
bad. Yeah,
can't be
exactly.
picky. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna take these people and I'll take these people."
Yep. And
Like,
you gotta
no,
take the
you're
good with
gonna
the
have
bad.
to set the precedence for everybody.
Exactly, and you gotta take the good with the bad, man. Regardless of how bad it looks, you can also take the good out of taking somebody like that out. Dude was was a gang member, the worst of the worst. I mean, those Venezuelan, like remember in over in Aurora, Colorado, those Venezuelan gangs, they're gone now. Somehow, they took over blocks, they took over city blocks, and over in Aurora, and they were terrorizing the citizens there. All of a sudden, when this came into play, you heard nothing about them afterward.
Taking over hoods in Chicago.
Yep, and hoods in Chicago too, and even some hoods in New York too. And some of them were actually scamming that $5 billion that went into the immigration fund. When the immigrants were there, they're paying immigrants to stay in luxury hotels out there and everything. And so it was crazy. Like I'm all for everybody coming and getting the American dream. I'm lucky to have it. I know we all are, but at the same time, it's like when you're trying to throw the trash away, sometimes you throw some good things away too. And eventually, I'm sure they're going to have recovery programs. I'm sure they are. And if they don't, and that's the risk you played. That's the risk you played. And so again, my heart goes out to everybody affected by this. But at the same time, it's like dude was already telling you what he was gonna do. These guys were not playing. These guys were not playing around. Like I just, you know what I mean. That's the dude you don't play around with on the street. And he says, "Man, I'm gonna come back. All right, you stay right there, man. I got something right for you." And you stay there like, man, he ain't gonna do nothing. Then right when you hear pop, 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 oh snap, oh my bad. You start running. Oh, I guess he was gonna do something. Oh, he got me in my ass. Like, you know what I mean?
You F around and find out, dog.
Yeah, and they were messing around with him. AOC was calling him a terror, some other crazy stuff. I'm not even gonna say because I can't remember what she said exactly. But she was saying all sorts of stuff, and these guys came in with a chip on their shoulder. They came in with a chip on their shoulders. Unfortunately,
They came in trying to prove a point. That's all we're saying. They came in, did not change. Number one, they did not change.
nope,
Did not change their mind.
they're exactly the same.
Immediately start signing executive orders, and it did not change their mind. They head first. What was the first thing President Trump signed? An emergency. What do you say? It was like an emergency crisis at the border.
Something like that, yeah. One of the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
things
I
they
think
signed.
it was the first thing he was like, "All right,
Yeah.
we're sending the Marines to the border." You saw how the border got handled.
Oh, yeah.
So if history repeats itself, all I'm gonna say is go home, guys. If you're in LA, just go home.
Yeah, and like I said, if you're waving listen, and also just last thing I'm gonna say before we end the night, or unless you want to play the other video, it's up to you. But last thing I want to say mainly is, listen, if you're gonna go in vandalizing, proving a point, saying that you're gonna stay here, at least pull the flag out that you're gonna of the country you're gonna be staying in, because y'all was burning American flags and everything. Like, listen, I understand you don't like some of the policies here, but you guys are living here. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at the landlord for asking for rent. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at the landlord. That's his job. That's what he got. That's his way of living. You just gotta do what you gotta do. So you can't be mad. It's like being mad at the landlord because you gotta pay rent. Why do I gotta pay rent? Even though you was begging him to let him stay. Man, I ain't got nowhere else to stay, man. Come on, help me out, man. My credit score is crap. And you're like, all right, man, all right, we'll let you in, man. But you gotta give me an extra $200 deposit. All right, man, I got it. All right, bet. You were begging him about a month ago, and then later on, you're like, man, I can't stand this mother. I'm like, nah, bro, you can't play like that. You can't live in the greatest country on earth and then get mad because it has rules. You can't get mad because it has rules. That's my thing. And if you guys are gonna be burning the flag, then leave. Prove a point, leave. That's really what I want to say. If you really believe in burning the U.S. flag and waving a foreign country's flag that you don't want to return to, then leave. That's all I'm saying. If you don't like it, leave. Trust me, this comes from a black Mexican. All sorts of matter was done to black people, and we ain't going nowhere. This is our country. You know what I mean? This is our country, and so we know when we know when to pick the fight. Like if let's say, for example, there's a cop that goes into a black neighborhood and purposely starts being hostile with the citizens there, yeah, we gotta protest that. Yeah, we gotta protest that. If it's like a natural thing for them to do is to come harass the citizens there just because they're black or they live in that community, we gotta protest. If we gotta protest against injustice, we will do it. But we're not gonna protest. And also, and even this, if you don't believe in this, you have the right to protest. But when it comes to rioting and vandalizing and destroying people's property, some of them, funny enough, were Mexican owned and black owned. Some of the properties y'all destroyed.
which doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, where was the protest? You're just destroying your own stuff. And so I'm like, nah, man, I can't get down with it. Unfortunately, I don't condone violence. I'm sure CP here doesn't either. It's just like, nah, when you guys start bringing rioting and start committing violent acts, that's where you lose me. But that's it for me.
Yeah, man. And that's just the playbook on life, man. This is too easy playbook. We just trying to give you some advice, man. We feel for you guys, but the play of the day is stay safe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Stay safe out there, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I really do. We can't do this without you, y'all. We're blowing up, so make sure this channel blows up. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Come on, y'all. We trying to make sure all our channels blow up. Like once we get to that top place, I want this to probably be one of the best channels out of all our channels. So come on, y'all. Start subscribing. Come on. Hit that subscribe button and
Don't
hit
worry,
that
guys. We
bell
we're the ones that's
notification.
gonna invest in the community. We're the ones. We're not gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
the evil doer millionaires. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be the real
Oh yeah.
people that invest
Oh
in
yeah.
the
No, I mean that's the thing about me though. It's like even when I had nothing, I try to find a way to help people or give it away because you can't take it with you.
Can't take
Can't
it when
take it
you
with
got.
you. You can't take it with you when you go to that next level. So it's like, hey man, try to help as many people as you can. My goal is to have a packed funeral home, not of people that liked me because I was famous or whatnot, but because of the things I did. You know what I mean? So that's my goal. But all right, y'all. Much love. I appreciate y'all. It's your boy Ken Barco. Go check out my channel over there if you can. Over at the Too Easy King and over at Too Easy Podcast.
It's your
And
boy
this is my dog.
CP.
Yep, CP. What he said. But all right, y'all. Peace out. Much love, and remember, it's too easy.